Welcome to part 4 of Let's Play the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. At the end of the last part, I just defeated the Minotaur and I'd obtained the key that had the number 111 on it. I also had 2 provisions to get my health to maximum, so I have 15 stamina now. I wrote down which paragraph to go to next, which was number 54, so let's go there now. Okay, you are standing outside a door at the north end of a north-south passage. To go south, turn to 308. To go to the door, turn to 179. We're going to go south, 308. You're standing at a crossroads. To the west, the passageway goes on a few meters and turns northwards. To the north, the passageway ends at a door. To the east, the passage continues and eventually turns southwards. Looking south, the passage goes on as far as you can see. We can go west, north, south or east. We are going to go to the south. You follow a long narrow passageway which goes south, then east, then south again until you eventually find yourself at a crossroads. Turn to 267. You now stand at a crossroads. We can go north, south, west or east again. We are going to go to the south, 246. You set off south along a cobbled passageway. It swings west, then south and west again until you find yourself at a three-way junction. We can go north, we can go west, or we can go back to the east. We are going to go north. You set off and find yourself in the middle of a north-south passageway. There's a door in the western wall of the passage. Opposite the door is a passage going off eastwards. To the north you can see a door some meters ahead. To the south you can see a junction. Which will you choose? The door in the west wall, the door to the north, eastwards or southwards? We're going to go eastwards. 299. The passageway runs east for several meters and then runs north. You walk along a long way northwards. You may check for secret passages along the way, turn to 260, or simply proceed northwards. Turn to 359. I think if we check for passages, for secret passages, I think we attract the attention of a creature, and we have to roll a die to determine which one it is. And it's completely unnecessary. It's just a nasty little thing that you can avoid by just simply going northwards, which we will do by going to 359. You are at a crossroads. To go north, to go south, to go east, to go west, turn to the pages. We're going to go to the west, 385. This is the one we need, I think. You travel westwards for several paces, then the passage turns to the north. Some way up you reach a junction. You may go to the south, turn to 114, or west, turn to 297. To the north the passage ends shortly at a dead end. If you wish to go up here, turn to 398. We are going to go to the dead end, 398. You feel around the rock face at the end of the passage. One rock comes free and reveals a small knob with a handle on the end. Will you push it, turn to 364, or pull it, turn to 12? We are going to push it by going to 364. As you push the knob, a small stone doorway slides open. You can either ignore it and return to the junction, 256, or you can climb through, turn to 373. You must make your decision quickly, as the door shuts of its own accord in a minute's time. We are going to climb through 373. Remember, we only have a minute. You are at the south end of a north-south passageway, at a dead end. If you go northwards, you will reach a crossroads. Turn to 85. 85 we go. Nasty little maze, this. You're at a crossroads, to go north, to go south, to go east, or to go west. Turn to the pages. We're going to go north, 106. Now the passageway ahead runs northwards for some time. You may rest along the passage to eat provisions, which we don't need. It then bends to the west and begins to get quite narrow. You reach a small rocky arch which you will have to stoop to get through. On the other side of the arch you pause and look around. You are in a large cavern which disappears into distant blackness. The cavern is partially lit by natural light which streams in through a hole in the roof. You cannot see a way through. As you shine your lantern around the cavern, you hear a rumble. A dull glow flickers in the blackness. Suddenly, a jet of fire shoots from the depths of the cavern, narrowly missing you and singeing the mossy growths on the wall. You throw yourself onto the ground and look up to see a large dragon stalking out of the darkness towards you. Smoke curls from its nostrils. Its scaly red skin glistens with an oily covering. The beast is some 15 meters long. How will you attack the creature? You can draw your sword and prepare to attack, or we can search our memory for another means of attack. We're going to search our memory because we have a spell, don't we? So, 126. Does the name Farrago di Maggio mean anything to you? If not, you must fight the dragon. Turn to 152. If it does, turn to 26. It does. You remember Di Maggio's small leather-bound book and silently mouth the spell contained within its pages. You shout loudly at the dragon and it stops in its tracks. It cocks its head to one side and eyes you suspiciously. You fling a stone at its head and the rock bounces off its nose. The beast lets out an angry cry and breathes deeply, a roaring sound being created from within its throat. The dragon exhales, and from between its teeth you can see another fireball building up. You prepare yourself, and as the ball of flame comes from its mouth you cry, Ekil Erif Ekam Erif 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 Di Maggio. The fireball continues no further. With an agonized scream the dragon tries to shake the flames from its snout, but there the burning continues. Squealing in agony, the dragon turns its back and leaps into the blackness, flailing its head from side to side. Turn to 371. Safe for the moment, you investigate the cavern and find a passageway which continues to the west. Turn to 274. You may rest and eat provisions before you continue, and add 3 luck points for defeating the dragon. We need neither of those things, so let's turn to 274. We're nearly at the end. Yeah, that's one of the dead bodies. If you check the dead body, the bad one, it comes alive, and that's the hideous creature that you have to fight. Anyway, you leave the cavern along a long, narrow corridor. After several hundred meters, it ends at a large wooden door which is slightly ajar. Carefully, you ease it open a little further and poke your head around the side to see what is in the room. You see a small old man sitting at a table on his own and playing with a pack of cards. He looks quite a harmless old soul, grey-haired and bearded. He is seated. What will you do? Burst through the door, sword drawn to surprise the old man. Knock on the door and enter, greeting the old man courteously. Get down on all fours and try to creep into the room unnoticed. We're going to greet the old man courteously. 356. The old man looks at you, accepts your greetings and bids you sit down. You sit at the table and notice that he is glaring at you. His piercing stare is becoming hypnotic, but you realize this and break eye contact. He opens his mouth to speak, and to your amazement, instead of an old man's voice, the whole room resonates to a powerful voice which seems to be coming from the walls themselves. You throw a glance back at the man and can see him changing before your very eyes. He is of imposing height. His tattered old rags have become robes of velvet and gold. His black eyes are fixed directly on yours. He has been expecting you. And there he is, the Warlock ready for battle. Turn to 358. Here we are. The battle will call upon all your reserves of strength and cunning. He stands at the far end of the room in front of a door with 2 locks. How will you approach him? Grip your sword firmly and advance towards him. Look through your pack for a weapon to use. Or look around the room for another means of attack or defense. We are going to use a weapon that, in our pack, 105. You rummage through your haversack. What is in there? You may attempt to use any of the following items if you have them on your equipment list. Potion of invisibility, eye of the Cyclops, a piece of cheese, bow with silver arrow, a Y-shaped stick. We have the eye of the Cyclops, let's use that, 382. I think if you choose the wrong one, he gets a hit in on you. So you have to choose the right one as soon as possible. 382. You hold the eye up in front of him and the jewel gives off a dull glow. You point it towards him and he shrieks. He backs away into a corner and a beam of light shoots from the jewel. As it falls on him, he sinks to the floor and a remarkable transformation takes place. He starts to shrivel and grow visibly old in front of you. His skin wrinkles and cracks, and he slowly becomes an amorphous heap in the corner. After some moments, the jewel stops glowing and you approach the lifeless bundle of cloth. His robes are all that remain. Turn to 396. With the Warlock now defeated, you know your quest is almost over. You approach the door with 2 locks. There are no keys around. You retrieve 2 keys from your pack and try them in the locks. They turn. You open the door and peer round. Turn to 242. If you have no keys, you may try to break down the door, and this ye will do at the cost of almost all your stamina. Reduce your stamina by 5 and enter the room. Turn to 242. But we did have keys, so 242. We have 3 keys. The door opens to reveal a small, dimly lit room. The walls are hung with ornate curtains laced in silver and gold. A single flame burns in one corner, throwing light on a low table in the middle of the floor. On this table is a large chest. You step up to investigate the chest, and from all around, yet from nowhere, a mysterious sound fills the room. It sounds like the rumbling of thunder clouds preparing to make storm. You approach the chest and can see that it is held shut by 3 locks. As you approach, the noise gets louder. Will you hack at the box with your sword to try to split it open? Search through your bags to see if you can find keys to fit. 139. During your adventure, you will have come across various keys and should have collected some of these. You may now use 3 of these keys to try to open the locks on the chest. Each key is identified with a number. To determine whether you have the right keys, add their 3 numbers together. Now turn to the section which has the same number as this total, where you will discover whether you have used the correct keys. If you do not have 3 numbered keys, this is the end of your journey. You sit on the chest and weep as you realise that you will have to explore the mountain once more in order to find the keys. Okay, which keys do we have? We have 99, 111 and 111. That's 222, and 222 plus 99 is 321. So let's go to 321. Turn to 169. One by one, all the keys click and turn in the locks. You have placed them all correctly. As the last key turns, the lid of the chest comes free and you open it. Turn to 400 to see what lies within. Your quest is over. Turn over to discover what lies within the Warlock's chest. Lots of gold. The Warlock of Firetop Mountain is no more, and you are now the owner of the sorcerer's riches. At least 1,000 gold pieces, jewellery, diamonds, rubies, and pearls are in the chest. Hidden under these you find the Warlock's spellbook, and as you leaf through the pages, you realise that this tome is probably more valuable than all the treasure. Instructions are given for the control of all the secrets and the creatures of Firetop Mountain. With this book, unlimited power is yours, and the safety of your return to the village is ensured. Or, if you would prefer, you could remain as master of the domain of Firetop Mountain. And that's the end of the game. So, which creatures did we fight? We fought the Orc at the start, Snake, first Orc, second Orc, Orc Chieftain, his servant, Iron Cyclops, Barbarian, Zombie, Zombie Scythe, Zombie Pick, Zombie Axe, and finally the Minotaur. That's 1, 2, 3, I'll just count them all. I didn't have to fight him, so the creatures you have to fight are the Snake, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so 12 creatures you have to fight. I fought 13. And I had maximum stats by the end. Well, my maximum 14 skill. I didn't lose any stamina, gained it all back, and my luck was at the top. I hardly had to test my luck at all. 45 gold at the end. And I had the steel-bladed sword. Didn't even have to use it on the Warlock. So, and I had all the right keys. The wooden mallet and the 5 sharpened stumps there for the vampire. Anyway, so that's the end of the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. I hope to do some more of these books another time. My next one will probably be my favourite book in the series, number 37, which is Portal of Evil. Really well written book that I really enjoyed reading through that as a child. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye bye.